Hello everybody, and you are currently watching Mudkip's Resident Genius. Ha ha ha. Today I'll be showing Kerbal space program. This is going to be the first in my series. I'll be building a space program for Mudkip. You guys can make any suggestions, challenges, ideas, help, because I'm definitely going to need it. And yeah. After the first couple of minutes, the thing's frozen, so I'm kind of resetting it. Yes, I know my recorder is probably terrible, but I mean, I'm trying. Okay, it's not like I'm making a large investment in this. So while I'm waiting for it to load, I'm reading this article about things that can go wrong with travel. And we're ready to start a new game. Mudkip Interstellar Armada. I actually, soon after creating this video, I created a flag for it, so I'm going to swap that out when I'm done. For the next video. And so now I'm just going to start by building a simple satellite. And I prefer the hexagonal core because it was just perfect for me as soon as I saw it. Of course. Also, you may notice I have like a mod. I have the crew manifest mod icon up there. I don't use it anymore. I haven't used it at all since the astronaut complex. I really don't use anything from the mods, even though it appears like it. So this is all vanilla. You can recreate everything that I do. However, I am interested in using the life support and communications mods. If you guys are interested in watching me do that, I will totally install those mods and create a series in which I use those. Now, getting back to the video, I just deleted an ion engine because I realized, why do I need an ion engine? I mean, really. Scott Manley once said that they were about as powerful as a mouse fart. And yes, I watch guys like Scott Manley and Harv. I mean, those guys are pretty smart. They give me some pretty good ideas. Though I have to admit, asparagus staging isn't really working out for me. I'm doing it properly, but I'm actually working a lot better with the type of staging. It's just so much simpler for me, and it works a lot better. Just the way that I like to do things. Now this first launch is going to... Oh yeah, I'm naming it Hermes 1. And the description says, first satellite of the Mudkip Armada, designed to relay global messages. So it's going to be pointed towards the Earth. Or the Kerbal, sorry. And then I'm going to make another one that's pointed out towards space, because, I mean, you know, we need space communication. I'm about to launch in a second, but that launch is definitely going to be it's a failed launch because I've forgotten crucial orientation with the I've forgotten to order the stages properly. So I'm gonna launch, but it's gonna be a failed launch. It'll destroy the mainsail engine. And yes, this video is sped up to 4x speed. There is no KSP music because I wear headphones when I do my recording. Which is why I end up doing things like Kerbal Space Program, because I use headphones when I do them. And there you go, see, my engine just blew up. And only now do I realize this. And I just revert the flight to the assembly and fix the staging order. At first I saw this and thought that it wouldn't be a problem because I could just double tap the spacebar, but then I saw that there's a gap time in which you're allowed to use the spacebar. Anyway, because of the way that I want to orient my orbit for the spaceship, I wait until sunset or sunrise. Either of them will work. If you wait till sunset, if you launch at sunset, then you, instead of aiming at heading 90, aim at heading 45. If you launch at sunrise, instead of heading 90 or 45, you aim at heading 135. if I'm not mistaken. No, not that. 225. 225. I'm doing this because I'm trying to tilt the orbit so that the satellite is always exposed to the sun during orbit. I mean, the orbit will actually cause variations as the Earth orbits around this, as the Kerbin orbits around Kerbal, but that's more or less the idea. And who knows? Kerbin might actually move like the moon around Kerbal. Our orbit might always be facing the same relative direction, so it would always work. My point is to constantly keep the satellite in the direction of the sun. So I do this by having the orbit tilted in such a way that when it's behind Kerbin, it's above Kerbin's north pole and no longer eclipsed. So I widen out and fail at circularizing, and I've got myself a good 45-degree orbit, and now I wait and do the prograde burn, at which I bring everything above the proper altitude. Now, normally I wouldn't actually need that liquid engine that I'm using. I actually only use it for half of a second. But it's good for because I can. But I use it because I can tilt, because it allows me to tilt in space without having to activate the engine. Because I don't actually use RCS, I find it to be a little too heavy, especially in these kinds of situations. So a lighter rocket will allow me to tilt myself, and activating an engine will allow for thrust vectoring, allowing me to control the rocket ship while it's active. And there we go, our first satellite orbiting Kerbin. This is a good day for the Mudkip Armada. We will conquer the stars, and it begins with this satellite. And because I just love space photographing, I'm waiting to get a good angle for taking a picture of this. You'll be able to find my pictures on Steam account Lastimonian. I'll put it in the description. But that's my profile name. I've got a bunch of KSP images. Some from when I was practically an amateur at it, and some from when I was getting a lot better at it. Jeez. And I go back to the Space Center and exit the game. Thanks for watching me just put up this first satellite up here. I know it wasn't really much of a video, but just starting out. Who knows, soon we'll get to the moon. And now I'm forgetting that I still have the recorder on and posting everything, and about to go finish reading the article.